Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the station. This is my first live stream, so I don't know how this is going to go, but I just want to get to it and let's see. Let's see what happens, man. So, guys, very good week in crypto this week, right? We saw Bitcoin hit over 30,000. Solana, one of the channel's favorites, hit over 30 bucks. I believe in Solana so hard, guys. I think that this project is like getting ETH back in the day when ETH was like 200 bucks. That's how much I believe in Solana. I think it's the fastest, cheapest L1, and I think it's probably one of the ones that will prevail. But nonetheless, we had a good week. Good XRP news, the Ripple case as far as that goes. Just good news overall. And we know that we have the spot ETFs going to happen anytime. So this week, I just wanted to go over some of the things that I've seen, and my thoughts on the market. And, let's take a look and see what we got. Guys, we're still early. It's like early bull run right now. And you are here, you're watching all these channels, you're doing your research. And trust me, come 2025, you'll be happy that you stuck with it. And we'll be sitting pretty. And hopefully we can quit our jobs and start enjoying life with our families, enjoying life to the fullest, retiring early. That's the key, right? Um, so now let's take a look at the crypto heat map, right? So Bitcoin cooled off a little bit. It's been like hitting that 30,000 mark and it can't break through it. I think that's important. If we could break that support, break that 30,000, then we could hit that next level like 34,000, 35,000. That shouldn't be that far off. But 30 seems to be very stubborn. As soon as we hit 30, it comes back down. So the bear is in control of that, but it's only a matter of time. We have the halving cycle coming up in April. Very excited about that. So things are just going to take off. We have a lot of tailwinds, a lot of good information, that's going to help this crypto market take off. ETH went up. So ETH was at 1550. Now it's going up to 1600. ETH is nice. Look at Link, guys. Link, almost 10 bucks. Link is blowing up with that CCIP. And I think Link has a lot of utility. Sol has come down a little bit under $30,000, but it's all good. ADA has gone up a little bit. It's at that 24-cent mark, so ticking up a little bit up to 26. So things are looking good. Now let's take a look at the stock market. U.S. stock market is not looking as good as crypto. You see that? Look at all the red. And, we have a lot of things going on in the U.S. right now. Inflation's out of control. Market's not sure what Jerome Powell is going to do as far as the Fed and interest rates go. We have some conflicts going on in the different type of countries. I don't want to name them here, but we have a lot of things happening, and there's some job losses going on. So the economy is kind of fragile right now, and the stock market really doesn't know how to interpret that. Are we in a recession? Are we going to get into a recession, deep recession? No one really knows, but the market is not too happy. Not to mention Tesla, they had their earnings call this past Wednesday, and things weren't on an up and up, so they took a little hit. You see here that they're down, let's see, almost 4%. Amazon down 2.5. I'm only looking at the tech stocks, guys. Apple, so Google down 1.6. So the stock market's not looking great either. So for those naysayers about crypto, look at the stock market. It's not that doing that hot. Now, fear and greed in the crypto space. Yesterday, we were in greed. Yesterday, we were at 63. Today, we're down to neutral. Could be because of everything that's going on as far as globally and what I just mentioned about the U.S., but, we're still in neutral. We're not in fear. In any event, I'm still DCAing into the favorite projects. I have a goal, and that's 2025 if history repeats itself, and that's where I'm going to be happy about everything that I've done now. So that's crypto. Look at the stocks, and that's, looking at what the heat map looked at for the stock. I mean, for the stocks, we're all red, right? Pretty much. So fear. A lot of unknowns, and people don't know how to invest their money. So could crypto be a safe haven? Could gold be a safe haven? I prefer crypto, but right now, I don't know. We'll see. And this is the stock market future. I'm talking a lot about stocks because they go hand in hand, because we're talking about money, right? We're talking about money and where people are choosing to invest and where the future might let their investments go. Could it be crypto? Could it be digital assets? If one financial sector is going down, are people seeing the light, realizing how solid Bitcoin is and how it can be a safety vessel for protecting your assets? Possibly. But the futures aren't looking great right now for the cryptos, for the stock market. Cryptos, for once, is looking a little better than equities. And some of those headwinds, look at this, the housing market, and it's pretty much impacted by the high interest rates. Well, since I've been around as far as being an adult and buying homes, I purchased mine at like, 2.5%. And that's when everybody was buying homes and the value of homes were quadrupling just because of that. And Powell said one of the tools he had to combat inflation was higher interest rates. And it seems to be working to a degree. Now the mortgage rates are averaging around 8%. And it's crazy. Around 2020, you could have gotten a mortgage rate 2.5. Now we're at 8%. You know how much more that adds to a mortgage? It's crazy. And because of that, people aren't selling because they have the nice interest rates like what I have. And then people that are trying to buy are like, I can't afford this. I can't afford this much house. And then they're probably thinking, let me just wait. Maybe in a couple of years, the rates were cut and then housing could be more affordable. So because of that, the housing market is taking a hit as well. And not to mention corporate real estate. Now, where I work, buildings, I can't tell you how many floors they have office space available for rent, and no one is filling it up. Driving around in the city, you see so many leasing signs in these buildings. Nobody is going into working like that, and I think that's going to mess up commercial real estate. So you have commercial real estate going down. You have real estate that's kind of stuck, right? It's not going up or down, trending downwards in some markets, and then you just have people, higher inflation, living paycheck to paycheck, putting everything on credit cards. Very, very scary times, guys. And that's why I think investing in Bitcoin is very, very important to me right now. I just think it's safe. It's better than for me, I'm talking about myself, putting it into a savings account, maybe getting not even 1%, or maybe high yield savings. You can probably get 5% or something like that. Bitcoin, to me, nothing compares to that. But that's one of the headwinds that we have. Secondly, we talked about Jerome Powell. In a couple of weeks, him and his buddies are going to meet and they're going to discuss if they will raise the interest rates again. Right now, people are hurting. Your credit card debt and credit card interest rate is about 27, 28%. So even if you make the minimum payment, you're not making a dent at all. So then, you got to struggle with higher supermarket grocery fees, higher car loans, higher everything. Happy Meal, just for my kids, used to cost, I don't remember, $5-6. Now it's almost $10. Going to McDonald's, you might as well just go to Chili's. It's almost just as equal. It's crazy. But he's thinking that, right now, according to him, he had a meeting this week. He said that it's still too high and lower economic growth is likely. So what is going to happen? November 1st, he has a meeting, and the probability that they're going to raise another quarter point, people are saying, or, the financial advisors are saying no. There's probably going to be no change, 99.9% sure that he's just going to hold steady. Point one is saying that maybe he might even ease and cut. So I don't know. And the crazy thing about that, about him raising interest rates, the president had a speech this week talking about how he needs to go to Congress and get more money to fund different conflicts, 2 different areas of the world. And that money is substantial. It's about, billions, in the billions. Where are they going to get the money to pay for that? So, it's crazy. Powell is doing his best to control it, but then on the other side, we're spending, so it's kind of counterproductive. So I don't see inflation going anywhere anytime soon, right? And then it's also impacting jobs. And under the radar, they don't talk about it. You don't hear about it much in the media, but, the Fed and the government, they have been helping out banks, the smaller banks, the regional banks, because of not enough business coming in, and these interest rates is killing the business, right? And they've been bailing a lot of them out, but you don't hear about that. So you have bailing banks out, smaller banks out. You have funding these different conflicts. How is inflation going to get better? Bitcoin, I think, is the answer, because right now the fiat that we have currently, is just debasing at a crazy amount, and we're spending out of control. So it's only going to bring the value of the fiat down. And Bitcoin and crypto, I think, is the way to safeguard my financial future. But again, so this article, CNBC, it says, even as the economy has surprised forecasters with its resilience, lenders have cut headcount or announced plans to do so. The next 5 largest U.S. banks cut a combined 20,000 positions. 20,000 positions. You don't hear too much about it, but that's crazy, right? And then look at this. This is for 2023. I'm not even talking about 2022, but 2023. We have Nokia. I didn't even know they were around. I don't know. Last time I saw a Nokia phone, but they do other things. But they're going to cut up to 14,000 employees, right? Ford, they have, right now, union strikes you can call and all of that, but they're targeting about 700 employees at their Michigan EV plant. LinkedIn was announced this week. They're cutting 716. Washington Post, General Motors, Stellantis, Flexport, Juniper Networks, Wells Fargo, probably part of the number that we talked about in the prior slide. Even Lululemon. I can tell you, every time I go to the mall, Lululemon, the line is out the door and the store is packed. But because of their mirror thing that they bought that company and tried to integrate that into their business plan. That didn't work out. Because of that, they have to cut some people. Fortnite and Gears of War maker Epic Games, they're cutting people, slashing 16% of its workforce, roughly 830 people. Snap, Centene, wow, Federal Reserve, even they're letting people off. That's crazy. Layoff at Cisco, Airtable, Google, Binance.us, Roku, Farmers Insurance, T-Mobile. You get the picture, guys. Right now, the future is looking kind of crazy, right? Look at this. This is the national debt that we have in the U.S., $33 trillion. We currently do not have a debt ceiling. That has been taken off the table. So imagine, you have a credit card limit of 10,000, and every time you keep hitting that 10,000, then you just say, you know what? I need more money. I'm not changing my spending habits, but I still need more money. And they just say, hey, you don't have a credit limit anymore. Just keep spending. How would that make me responsible? How? It's just I'm putting myself in a deeper hole. So that's one individual versus a whole country. You get the picture. Now, how is that impacting us, guys? We have interest rates going out of control. People living paycheck to paycheck. Now, I'm not just saying that. This is an article by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Household debt rises to 17.6 trillion, led by credit card balances. The total household debt raised by 16 billion to reach 17.6 trillion in the second quarter of 2023. I don't know how long we can keep this up, but it's looking kind of crazy, guys. That's why I'm all into Bitcoin. And Larry Fank, who back in the day was not a big fan of it, now he's all in. Not only him, but you have Fidelity, you have who's the other one? You have a lot of big ones. Grayscale into it, right? You have other people as well. But Fink said that he believes more people are running toward quality assets in general, including treasuries, gold, or crypto. I believe that crypto will play the type of role as a flight to quality. In June, Fink said Bitcoin was comparable to digital gold, which served as an alternative to the government-controlled currencies of the world. So, enough macro and doom and gloom. I just wanted to, prepare. This is how I think about it. This is how I look at things. I could look at charts and do TA and all of that, but there are a lot of things that affect the price of assets than just taking a look at charts and patterns. You can make charts to do anything you want. But if you look at outside factors, headwinds, that can help you prepare for your investments, know if prices will be going down or up. It's just something that I think is very important. But if we don't look at Bitcoin versus S&P 500, because whenever you talk about Bitcoin or crypto to family members or people that are older, they always say it's a scam. It's internet money, funny money, whatever the case may be. Don't, criminals use that. And they say just invest in stocks, right? Money market accounts is probably the safest way to do it. But if you compare Bitcoin versus S&P 500, this is a chart from January 2020. Look at that. They're pretty correlated, right? And you can even say that Bitcoin has been performing better than the S&P 500. Look at that. This is from probably the last bull market. But look at that. This is S&P 500 in the blue, Bitcoin's in the orange. Other than that, they're pretty correlated, right? That chart is crazy. It almost matches. Here, S&P 1, right? This is around the Central Exchange and all that stuff that was going on. Celsius and the like, Terra Luna. But you see that. Other than that, there's some bumps and whatever, but Bitcoin and S&P 500 have been neck and neck. Sometimes Bitcoin wins, sometimes S&P wins. But if we look at the price of Bitcoin from its inception versus now, the returns are much, much greater had you invested in Bitcoin. And that chart is from the National Root. So where are people parking all this money? If we look at DeFi Llama and total value lock currently, I don't know. Are some people putting it into crypto? Not sure, right? But look at the TVL and Ethereum, $20 billion. Tron, we don't talk about here, but Arbitrum, 1.7 billion. Polygon, 700 million. Avalanche, 500 million. Solana, 300 million. Base, 300 million. Goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Crypto is not dying, guys. A lot of projects right now are just developing. They're, tweaking their technology and getting ready for that adoption. And when that adoption comes, if you invest in the right projects, things are going to go crazy. Also, this is from Coin Assets here. If we look at the week-to-week price change and some of these, some of our favorite projects here, you see Bitcoin is up 10.4%, ETH 3.6%. But if we look at the winner is Sol, up 23.3%. Phantom was down a little bit. There was a little, the foundation actually was hacked. And that's kind of concerning because I'm a big fan of Phantom. But, with the hack they had involving the bridge and now this, I have to take another look into that project. But look at this. Osmo down 0.81%. So ADA up 2.4%. Very nice. So let's take a look at the top L1s and price changes for the week. If we look at the market caps, TVLs, and all of that, stablecoin value, we see Bitcoin week over week. We talked about up 10%. But if we look at the market cap, 10.4% as well. Let's look at the TVL change. So let's look at Bitcoin up 8.7% TVL. Then we have AVAX. AVAX up 3.4%. Solana up 6.9%. And Phantom, they lost 14.2% because of that hack, most likely. This is interesting. Aptos up 53.7% in TVL. Near up 3%. And if we look at daily transactions, right, it's very important. Daily transactions, because if a chain has all the best qualities, best technology, best leadership, but no one's using it, it's kind of like a ghost chain. So I always look at that. And if we look at ETH, it's up 6.4%. And look at Optimism, minus 8.3%. Matic, minus 7.8%. AVAX is up 23.5%. ADA is minus 17.1%. Algorand minus 28%. Sol up 2.8%. And Phantom up 10.1%. And Near is another one we talk about on this channel, up 19.1%. Now, if we look at the money, where's smart money going? Where are they investing? Do they, obviously smart money, they do their due diligence. They research these projects and see where the puck is going. Not where it was, but where it's going, according to Wayne Gretzky, famous quote. And we see weekly flows, right? We see 42 million going into Bitcoin, 10.2 going into ETH, and 23.9 going into Solana. Then XRP is about even, and then we have Cardano, about 200,000 going into Cardano. So smart money is coming into the space, and this is what we like to see, about 78.4 million. Now, some news. JP Morgan sued for allegedly terminating accounts and failing to return 1.1 million bucks. So I read this article. Basically, they got a CD with JP Morgan. And apparently they didn't live in the country. This was a Chase branch in California. When they came back from their homeland to try to retrieve their CD, they said the account is closed. I said, how is the account closed? We didn't sign anything. We weren't notified. And the branch said that, well, we mailed the check to you. And for them, they didn't understand, how could you mail the check? We never received the check. And, if you would have sent a check like that, it would have been certified of some sort. But nothing, no tracking, no nothing. They just shut the account. So they filed a lawsuit against them. And this is a small example about when you give a bank your money, anything can happen. That's why I believe in self-custody. And that's what led me to this crypto space, just because of the overprinting and the inflation and everything like that. Then I heard of how you can basically conduct business without having fiat. And you can control your wallet, you control your Bitcoin, control any coins that you have. And if you want to share it or pay, it's your control. No one oversees that. You control your money. And that's what I like about it. No one's to blame except for myself if I lose my security key, right? But this just helps me understand that, when you give the bank your money, sometimes things can go wrong. Also, earlier we talked about Ledger. Ledger had a lot of heat because they talked about, installing a program in the wallet where, basically they can split it, your security code, your seed phrase into 3 places, and it can help retrieve it. And a lot of people in the crypto space said, no, 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 no. This is not decentralization. Basically, if someone could subpoena the ledger, they can get your seed phrase and basically house that self-sovereign and all those things. I see both points of the argument. Sometimes people that are newer that want to get into crypto, maybe they don't want to remember their seed phrase, or maybe if they lose it, they want to have a safety net to know they can retrieve it. So I get it. But we heard some heat about it, and because of the flack, you heard no news. But now, recently, he said that they are still having plans to continue with that, but you can opt in. It's not automatically going to be on the wallet or in your software. So I just figured I'd cover that as well because I know that was a hot topic for a lot of people. Then we had XRP, right? SEC and Gary Gensler, they waved the white flag. They dropped some of the charges, most of the important charges against XRP. Next month, they have another one still pending, and I imagine they'll probably drop it as well. But this is a big victory for XRP, big victory for the crypto space. Then we had this. So Gary did lose. He lost a lot, but he did win this one. This is for LBRY. I'm not familiar with this project, but apparently because of all the legal fight, the legal expenses and everything like that, they had to shut down. They said that they citing several $1 million of debt now have made it impossible for the firm to continue. However, they did mention here at the bottom that I guess it'll still be open as far as the blockchain goes, as long as people are still using it. So that's positive, right? But Gary did win some. So, right now he's taking a lot of L's, but let's not forget all the things he's done to these smaller companies that didn't have the money to defend themselves. A lot of them has shuttered because of SEC and their charges. Then we have Hong Kong Securities. They have updated their crypto policies. And basically they're saying here, this is according to Securities and Futures Commission, FSC of Hong Kong, that if you want to get into the space, you have to at least have some knowledge about what you're investing in. And I think that's very, very important. A lot of people, especially here in the US, we FOMO. As soon as Bitcoin hits that 69,000, 70,000, people won't even really care what it's about. They just think the price is going up. I'm going to invest in it. And then that can lead to a lot of meme coins, a lot of scam coins coming in, and a lot of rug pulls, and then people get hurt. So I'm truly behind this. I hope sometime we get some regulation here in this country that'll definitely help. But Hong Kong is taking the crypto seriously, but they want to protect their citizens as well. And I'm all for that. Lastly, let's talk about the unlocks. A lot of projects I talk about, sometimes I don't like them because of the inflation, and I get a lot of flack because of that. I lose some subscribers because of that, but I make these videos not because I'm trying to, get 1 million, subscribers. I'm doing it because obviously I'm learning about this space, and when I invest my hard-earned money into something, I just want to make sure that I'm getting some value for it. And just because YouTubers or whoever on X or Twitter says it's going to go to, 10x, 20x, 30x, I'm going to look at it myself to see if that's possible. And when I look at the tokenomics of a lot of these projects, I don't see how that's possible. But here are some of the big unlocks that are coming up. We have Solana. Right now they have about 2.2 is going to be unlocked, 2.2 million. So that's not bad. Then you have AVAX. So this is one. Look at this. So 54.9 of it has been unlocked. So you have the remaining still to be unleashed, right? And then they have another unlock coming up with 94 million. So AVAX is a very, very good project. A very good project. Good technology, good everything. But the tokenomics are crazy. There's going to be flooding coins up until the next bull cycle. We'll see what happens with that, right? Atom, going to be releasing about 1 million. That's not too bad. Optimism, 30 million. Look at that. And then look at this. Total unlocked, only 18%. Only 18% and 30 million. So that's one I'll be watching out for. Let's see here. Near is not too bad. 437,000. Injective is another one that I like. 33 million is again, pushed up to market. It's not too bad, right? It is bad as far as 33 million goes, but look at this. They're almost pretty much everything's unlocked. So I'm okay with that. Sandbox, Metaverse Play, 79.4%. Look at that, 62 million. Inflation's crazy. Phantom 98.4. Good tokenomics there. I'm okay with this. Now let's look at Flow. Flow, I don't know what's left as far as left to be unlocked, but 1.26. ApeCoin is one that's going to be 55.8, right? It's already unlocked, and then 17 million going to be unlocked on you guys and flooding the markets. So yeah, that's what we got there. So that is my video for today, guys. I hope you like it. It's my first live stream. I don't even know how to look at the comments, but I promise you I'll get better at that so I can respond. I hope you like the video, and hope you have a good week, good successful week. Continue to DCA into your favorite projects. I know that's what I'll be doing, and we're just counting down to 2024, 2025. It's going to be big things for all of us. So until next time, hope you have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye.